Taurus, the song that's playing for you is about done, but surround sounds. So with that being said, look, you might have became aware that you ain't surrounded by nothing but a whole bunch of motherfuckers that's just like to talk. You ain't surrounded by niggas. Motherfuckers don't be talking about nothing constructive. They just be talking. And you just came aware you surrounded by nothing but sounds. All right, now look, you could be going through something and you got a whole lot of sounds busting upstairs. That's a possibility. You got a whole lot of thoughts. You got a whole lot of mentalities. You got a whole lot of different sounds going on because of a direction you made. Now you're going through one of the stages. You feel me? Yeah, it's an anomaly. But your foot in, you know what you got going on, or let me tell you nothing. It's a mystery to Taurus. So you could just be surrounded by a whole bunch of sounds, motherfuckers that just be talking. Or you think you in your mind, you thinking. You got a whole bunch of sounds busting upstairs, trying to figure some shit out, trying to figure out how you can invest in the situation. How can I invest in a space? You want someone may be defensive towards you, or you may be defensive, and now you're in the space you want to open up. But now it's like you're trying to figure out, once you open up, how exactly can I open up to invest my mind here? Put your foot in the shoe after some. Well, that's not somebody thinking about Taurus. Yeah, because you change your perspective. You looking at something differently. That's all it is. Industry, baby. 444 is a song time. 4812-3. Balance. It may be dealing, because 3. That's you, someone outside of you, in the space y'all manifest when y'all share it together. So you may have changed your perspective about a situation. Now you seeing something differently. Now it could be in the negative or positive. It's only the first card. It's the Hangman in reverse. You feel me? I don't know. Put your foot. Don't let me tell you nothing. Alright, if it's you versus someone outside of you could have been lying to you in some way, shape, or form. And you changed your perspective, and you changing your perspective, you caught someone lying. It's like you became aware of someone's lies in a space you shared. In a space, it's like you're in a space with someone. Whether it's someone, just a couple people around you, or it's just you. It could be you in a space. It could just be you and yourself. You realize you expressing this form of mentality, this idea, this mental state, carrying this, whatever, person, place, thing, idea, habit, hobby, routine. Put your foot in the shoe, that's for you. You expressing this was of dishonesty. Or if it's you versus someone outside of you, someone was dishonest towards you and they brought you something. It's like they tried to lie to you again in order to get you to invest in something quickly. But this time when they brought you this information, or they brought you this desire, or when your mind presented you this idea, you looked at it in a different type of way. And you thought, wait, I shouldn't be acting like this. Wait, I shouldn't be acting on this. Wait, this person is being dishonest towards me. Put your foot in the shoe that you figured some shit out. Now, whether it was your own actions or the actions of another, that's varies from Taurus to Taurus. But see, something you was investing in was only bringing you down emotionally. Again, whether that was a mindset you put yourself in that would bring you down emotionally, and you realize that mind that was communicating, or that you were communicating, or that you were expressing, was a dishonest mind because it wasn't aligned with how you actually feel. It was just aligned with what you, it's like, trained yourself to feel, if that makes sense. You gotta be, if you caught that, and cool. And you finally decided to take yourself out of the mind you made when you were going through this experience, and you looked at a way you were expressing yourself from a different mental space. So you looked at this mental form over here, and you realized that's not a good way to think while you were on the lighter mentality. You feel me? Put your foot. If you caught that, then you going places. You going places. You going places. Gucci on. Gucci on. Gucci on mine. This is a song that's playing. See, someone might have just Taurus. You real. You tend to be real third dimensional, materialistic. So somebody might have just had some Gucci on. All that glitters ain't gold, Taurus. All that glitters ain't gold. Yeah, now you defensive because you became aware of the lies. Now that you changed your perspective, now you seeing differently. Now you defensive towards the idea of this situation or whatever had you in the space of lying or whatever you were invested in that was dishonest. You are now defensive towards that. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you, because when you change your perspective, you fell in love with this new form, this new mind, this new mentality, because it brought you emotions, it brought you feelings, whatever it is, it brought you freedom, enlightenment. Enlightenment is to know oneself. You feel me? You changing your perspective, you got enlightened about a space. Now you know the space you invested in is a dishonest space. Now you looking with a new set of peepers, looking with a new set of lenses. You looking what you realize because they made you realize what the fuck you was invested in. I told you about your new feelings. Something made you feel a different way. Once you change how you look, it's like whether you experienced something externally that made you change your perspective and made you look at life differently, or you just one day changed your perspective. And you changing your perspective brought you a different set of feelings. And those feelings made you realize the feelings I have here are dishonest. Or this isn't honest in accordance to me. So now you're defensive towards that. Whatever that is. Gotta put your foot though. Gotta size you up yourself. I can only present you with the information. Yeah, look, now it's like you nurturing that form. Now that you've been put in this space, when I tell you taking care of that space, oh yeah, now that you got this clarity, you honoring your truth. You nurturing that. You feeding more awareness. You're spending more time in this mentality. You're spending more time in this form, in this space, with these people, with this person, because this brings you truth. In some way, shape, or form. This brings you stability in some way, shape, or form. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Shit, if it's you versus someone outside of you could have brought you feelings in some way, shape, or form. Someone could have expressed themselves towards you emotionally, but then it's like in that space you shared with somebody, because the beginning was 444, which is 3. In the space you shared with that person, you were being dishonest in some way, shape, or form. And now that person or whatever was once nurturing you, whatever brought you new feelings, is defensive towards you. And someone being defensive towards you changed your perspective about how you operate. You feel me? But that's another shoe. So you want to wear that, you catch you at the front. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got a lot of fire for something though. You may be dealing with a Libra, because that was the first card in Libra's, one of Libra's Yang day reading. So you don't gotta be dealing with a Libra, but you could be. You got a lot of fire for something though. Is that 1, 2? Where's the other one? Yeah, there you go. A lot of fire for something. Drip too hard. Yeah, I'm telling you, dripping for something. Yo, look, if you dripping. Alright, look, if you're a female and you dripping, then you know you dripping. Something get you wet, then listen, that ain't my business. Or, you feel me, if you a fella, something get the blood rushing. That ain't my business. Put your foot. You feel me? Or you just got a lot of fire for something. Something make you real passionate. Something makes you feel free. The sun. Something makes you feel free, and you got a lot of fire for this. You want to continue to do that. That, whatever that was, changed how you look. It made you realize where the dishonesty was, and you want to continue to be in that space. Wherever that was. Whether that space was a relationship, a friendship, friend group, friend partnership, a certain business endeavor you went on required a certain mentality out of you. And you being in that mental state made you look at certain things differently. And now you still apply that knowledge to your current day-to-day life. And now you want to continue to apply yourself there. You feel? Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. You know what you got going on. I'm fucked.